I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to start by saying I've been getting on live and I'm not getting any response. So I don't know if they've done something to my channel or not because I got an email saying that they was going to turn it off, but they didn't turn it off. So I don't know what happened. Talking about too much hate speech. How can I be talking hate speech? I don't hate anyone. But I do want to talk about self liberation. And I'm going to get the meaning. I'm going to read the meaning. Self liberation is the personal process of freeing oneself from internal and external constraints such as fear, negative emotions, limited beliefs, and social pressures to achieve a deeper understanding of one's true nature and potential. And it takes responsibility for one's life and making conscious choices to live authentically and cultivating habits that foster connection, joy, and inner peace. Now, I know that a lot of focus is on one man and one party right now. That's bringing a lot of people anxiety, also a heavy burden. And it's not that. We have to focus on ourselves. We have to be responsible for what's going on with our own self and also the ones that we are responsible for. And I know it's hard because we do live in a world where what other people do and say does affect our lives probably for 50% of the 50% of it. What they do and say do affect our lives. But we're going to work on self liberation and we're going to knock some of that out. What people do and say, we're going to make sure it's only like affects our lives 15, 20%. That's why I'm always telling people do not have children you can't afford. Do not have children that you have to depend on the government to take care of them. Make sure you go through the steps to reach your goals. And number one, stop committing crimes that's going to put you farther behind. We have to do this as a people, we have to do this collectively. Now, I also have this book, The Dictionary of Law, and what it says in here about liberty. And see, this is another thing. People don't understand when you're out there committing crimes and doing stuff that is very detrimental to your health, you are asking to have your liberty taken away from you. Who wants to live in a cage? Well, this says liberty, freedom from external as governmental restraint. That's what they do. Once they put you behind them bars, you ain't getting out till they let you out. I seen that poor woman today, and it's a shame. The whole situation is just too sad. Many of sad stories. This woman is in jail. The one that killed that KFC worker, or was it Burger King? Burger King for nothing. For nothing. Now she's looking at life in prison, and this woman been taken away from her 6 kids for nothing. So you have been restrained, and believe me, when you're dead, well, you ain't believe me. It's obvious. When you're dead, you restrained. You're not going nowhere. You have to be taken care of until you in the ground or wherever. They have to take the body. You are nothing but a body now. And they're going to have to wash you, fix your hair, dress you, put you in a box, and then put you in the ground. Restraint. That box is restraining you. That urn is restraining you. And that is what's taken away from you when you go out there and do something stupid that causes you to lose your life. I mean, of course, it's going to come eventually, but that's something you can't help. But you can help some things, and that's by getting self liberation. And also, it says compulsive or interference in engaging in the pursuits or conduct of one's choice. It's a choice to the extent that they are lawful and not harmful to others. A lot of people, they don't think in consequences. They don't think in uh, actions lead to consequences. Do you think these young ones, they sit around the table drinking and smoking their weed, thinking about, well, if we go out here and shoot up the neighborhood, we might shoot an innocent kid? Do you really think they're thinking like that? No, because they've never been taught to think. From the time they came home from that hospital, was there anybody there to teach them how to think, how to be a catalyst for change, how to be a warrior for freedom, how to control themselves? We're looking at a bunch of people that cannot control themselves. Freedom for physical restraint, freedom from subjection to the will of other claiming ownership or services. They don't understand that once you go to jail or prison, you are really ownership. You have really gave up your ownership. You have to be told when to eat, when to sleep, when to go to the bathroom, when to use the phone. But see, when they out here, for some reason, they can't restrain themselves. Now I'm gonna read some self quotes. Self liberation. We're gonna read self acceptance, self affirmation, self confidence, self fulfillment, self expression, self hate, self knowledge, self identity, self liberation. But first, we're going to read self liberation. We focusing on our freedom. And what I've seen is that we have gotten so enwrapped, enthused about this administration and what they're doing and what's going on. And we have been um, really made to want to hear about other people's failures and demise and their um, terrible things that happen. I see so many YouTube videos about young Black women dying. Who wants to keep hearing about that? Who wants to keep hearing about these people going to court and killing people. And these are black commentaries on YouTube that is really talking about this. Like that one that Black Girl Lost. Every last one of them is about a black woman getting killed. What do? They have some kind of connection where they could get all this information. Well, all you got to do is look online, and they have, uh, what is it, Gun Memorial. It keeps a record of all the people that were shot and killed by guns. And every day. Now, I don't know if they getting all of them. I guess you have to submit it. And a lot of times they could just go online, go to your Facebook page and get pictures and stuff. But it's so sad. Just like I just seen that one guy that killed his wife while she was at work in a hospital. Why? Why did he have to kill her at her job? Sensational. He's all on TV, all in the newspaper. That he was able to shoot this woman and leave. They found him. So you have all kind of killers. You have killers that get away with it. No telling how many people have been killed and got away with it. Oh, it's a lot. But some have been found out. Maybe been 20, 30 years later. And you have some that do it right in broad daylight, right in your face, on your job. And I don't understand. And I'm going to tell this, and this is really the way I feel. Why? Why? You already know this man. I don't understand. If you already know this man, you got a restraining order. If you have to get a restraining order for somebody, that means that this person wants to die, wants to go to jail. Because if you can't just break up and you go your merry way, when I see you, hi, bye. We got kids. We take care of the kids together. If you cannot control yourself and conduct yourself like a man or a woman, a parent, and you causing me to have anxiety and fear, and I have to go downtown, go out of my way to go get a restraining order, evidently you wants to go to jail or you wants to die. And if I have to take a restraining order on somebody, I'm going to let it be known. If I see them, I'm killing them on sight. Okay? It's going to be down there, written down there. So we ain't got, you already know, you know. I know, because y'all don't want to protect me. Every woman that goes down for a restraining order needs to have some kind of security, a bodyguard, half off, or something. Because a lot of us don't have family, and really, family ain't even trying to help you either. But we getting back to self liberation. Okay, I know I have a habit of going saying something, and I go way down the street, around the corner. Self liberation. We're talking about keeping our freedom. And we're talking about being liberated from fear, especially fear. Because right now, it's a lot of people out here that don't know what's going to happen. And not only that, not only that, you have to worry about your everyday things. getting food, your home, your children, you, and all that comes with that, your job. And then on top of that, you have to worry about a man that is making life worse for other people, and some people can't handle it. They're not talking about that. How much all this stuff is going on because of the political climate right now. But we have to get self liberation is the personal process of freeing oneself from internal and external contracts such as fear, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, and social pressures. So we are going to start with new words, big words, words that have meaning. And I always use an example as this word woke that they didn't hijack and now they're using it against us. Don't be woke, be smart. And stop talking about, uh, I know it's hard to say this, slavery so much. You already see they didn't hijack that. Now, that guy down there in Florida, black dude, on TV, talking about uh, comparing having a mandate, making people give their kids shots as slavery. So we see what's going on. And we're going to have to stop talk. We have to start talking more about self liberation, self knowledge, self love, and stop talking about all this death and destruction. They don't understand that the more you talk about it, the more they do it. I always said long time ago, if we would stop talking about Trump, he would go away. These people thrive on the attention that they are giving. Who doesn't like being the center of attention? People that like being center of attention. Okay, we're going to read some of these quotes, African American quotations. Okay. When I thought of slavery with its democratic whips, its republic evangelical pounds, and its religious slaveholders, when I thought of all this paraphernalia of American democracy and religion behind me, I was encouraged to press forward. My heart was strengthened, and I forgot that I was tired and hungry. Mind over matter. Yes. We should be tired of this garbage by now. We should be tired of being used and abused. How do you think that a man can traffic women, break the law, get away with it, make millions of dollars for over 3 years out in the open? People knew what he was doing. Well, it's the same way it is with the cartel, the mafia, and the government. They all running the same train. Okay. And that's what they do. And for us older ones, you know what I'm talking about when I say run a train. Uh, William Wells Brown, 1815 to 1884. I'm telling you, uh, people back in the 19th century, 18th century was way smarter than us. Way smarter. They didn't have no choice. They had to be smart. They had to know how to navigate through the woods at dark, cross lakes and fields, how to sail a boat without a map. Now, we ain't nothing but lazy, spoiled, ignorant, stupid, self hating idiots. Because we didn't let them take our self dignity, our self determination. After firing on Fort Sumter, I concluded that I would emancipate myself. Yeah. Blanche R. Bruce, 1841 to 1898. We shall never secure emancipation from the training of the white oppressor until we have achieved it in our own soul. We have to do it for ourselves. W.E. Du Bois, 1868 to 1863. And see, when we was growing up, we didn't read about these people. We didn't we didn't know nothing about them. We didn't know their words. They didn't teach it in school. They didn't teach it at home. So we had to grow up always in the shadow of the white man. We have to go out there, beg them for something to eat, beg them for a job, and feel bad when we don't get it. And some people go to drugs and alcohol, or go out there and have illicit sex and have 20 kids by 20 different women. And it's a shame. And now they put it in your face. The what you did know, you're gonna have to unknow it. And you're gonna have to, put us back on our pedestal. The moment the slave resolves that he will no longer be a slave, his fetters fall. He frees himself and shows the way to others. Freedom and slavery are mental states. Yes, it is. And I know a lot of people don't want to say. Now, when that that thing, I can't never say his name, but when he said that slavery was a choice, he didn't say it the way he said it to uplift the white man, because the only alternative would have been death, or and a lot of people did choose not to be a slave. They ran away. So, and we have taken that out of the equation, that you have a choice. You have a choice to walk away when some of these idiots in them red hats want to talk mess to you, or some other fool. You have a choice to walk away and free yourself. That was by Mohandas Gandhi, 1869 to 1948. The first dying to be done by the black man will be done to make himself free. Sometimes you have to die to be free. That's just the world we live in. And sometimes you have to die to help others be free. How many people, we don't know how many have died helping other people get free. How many have died protecting enslaved people? How many Jews have, uh, how many Germans died trying to help Jews escape? And so on and so on. We don't talk enough about them. We don't talk enough about the abolitionists and all the people that laid down their life or helped with financial help to help other people get liberated. There's another propaganda. They want us to focus on negativity so we can stay negative. Negative pays well. The, who said that? Marcus Garvey. We didn't hear enough about Marcus Garvey. You don't hear him talking about Marcus Garvey. You're always hearing about Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, uh, Muhammad Ali, Louis Farrakhan. You hear a lot about them, and that's because the white man wants you to talk about them. Okay, who did they liberate? We have to liberate ourselves, Marcus Garvey. See, Marcus Garvey was doing something, even though it didn't work out, because you know what? But he had the right type of mind. But see, it's hard when you have the right type of mind and most everybody around you is dumb as hell. Okay? But he had the right mind. We have to liberate ourselves. And this is the right time to do it. When I liberate others, I liberate myself. Fannie Lou Hamer, 1917 to 1977. We didn't hear about her in jail. I mean, in school. We didn't hear about her at home. Little tidbits there, but we didn't study these people. We did not try to be like these people. I sure didn't see it in my house. I do not know whether the bird you are holding is dead or alive, but what I know is that it is in your hands. It is in your hands. And that's the way this government is run. We don't know what you're doing, but we know that you're hurting a lot of people. How many we done went through how many? Two world wars because these governments didn't know how to talk to one another. And all these people had to die. Look at some war movies. Civil War, the American Revolution, World War One, World War Two, Vietnam. Look at them and see what they went through for freedom. And now we have an administration that is trying to take away your freedoms. And you're fine with it. They said because you didn't want to hire a black woman. And I got something to say about that too. She would have been well qualified. But this country is not ready for a woman president. Their main focus should have been not letting him win. That should have been their main focus. And they should have been focusing on him cheating. The runaway Negro was the vanguard, the first hero in the struggle to free his race. The runaway Negro. We don't give them much credit. We don't talk about them enough. You have more movies. Now, of course, all the slavery movies, they do have one or two running away. Oh, I have looked at Moses, the one about Harriet Tubman, but we didn't have no movies about Sojourner Truth. We don't have we. The Book of Negroes was good. I just looked at that not too long ago. Oh, hmm. Uh, yeah. Damn. Oh, I'm making this video. Oh, hello. Yeah. Huh? Yes, I do get them, but I'm in the middle of something right now. I'll look and see what called, and I'll call them back. All right. A colleague. This Howard? Oh, all right. Well, I'll call him back. Oh, uh huh. Think you're gonna answer? Well, she didn't leave no message, but I call her back. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I didn't want to end it and then start back because I'm on a roll here. This is interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna read a few. No, I'm gonna read them all. Ain't that many. The Negro people should not place their problems for solution down at the feet of their white sympathetic allies, which has been and is the common fashion of the old school Negro leadership. For in the final analysis, the salvation of the Negro, like the workers, must come from within. Philip Randolph, 1889 to 1979. Now, see, that's something about labor. We're going to have to, it starts at home. We're going to have to teach them because when you get out into the labor life, you expect to be in that labor life for at least 40 years. You have to learn how to conduct yourself. You have to learn how to solve problems. And also, you have to learn work ethics. You have to learn how to control yourself at work. It doesn't make no sense to stuff that happens on these jobs. You are there to work like everybody else. Why is your feelings getting all involved? Okay. So Salvation for a race, nation, or class must come from within. Freedom is never granted, it is won. Justice is never given, it is exacted. Freedom and justice must be struggled for by the oppressed of all lands and races, and the struggle must be continuous. Philip Randolph, again, 1889 to 1979. Yes, we're going to have to realize that salvation for a race or nation or class must come from within. When you, it's all right to be a part of a group, part of a company, but you still have to keep your individualization going. That keeping up with the Joneses is always counterproductive. And freedom is never granted. And we take that for granted, especially here in a lot of countries. We think, oh yeah, we could do whatever. No, you can't. And we should understand that. You have rules and regulations, and you can't just say what you want to say to people. When are people going to realize you just can't go out there and talk about people, you know, and do stuff that you see on TikTok? Just like that, it's a shame. That 11-year-old had to lose his life trying to do a funny joke. These are not these we're living in stupid times. Ever since I heard about that young girl that lost her life because they went down the wrong driveway and turned around, and the people start shooting at the car and shot her. I mean, I don't turn around nobody's driveway no more. See, everything that happens is a beacon for us to pay attention to. Now, I see all these people getting shot and killed because they call somebody a nigger. Why am I going to go out there and call somebody a nigger? Just like this instance, I hate to bring it up. Sarah Bland lost her life because she didn't want to put out a cigarette. First, because she didn't turn on her signal, turn signal. Make sure I put on my turn signals. No, I don't do it 100% of the time. And you don't know when that might be, but I know if I do get stopped to cooperate with the police and take the ticket and go. Lessons learned. And it's all about self preservation, self liberation. Because if you argue with the police and they put you in jail, your liberation is gone. Free people have a right to self determination and self defense. Most definitely. I tell my kids that all the time. Be ready to defend yourself. Be ready to defend yourself at all times. If you feel threatened, you threaten back. And I always say, you don't have to make a long speech. If you're going to shoot, shoot. Betty Shabazz. Free people have a right to self-determination and self-defense. We all was born in this world the same way, between a woman's legs. You ain't no better or no less than nobody. A necessary act of liberation within myself was to acknowledge the beauty of the black woman, Alice Walker. Our liberation begins when the truth of our own experience is admitted to ourselves. Don't don't a lot. It's okay. It's okay. We have roots, but right here, us, um, a lot of us, our roots was snatched up, and we all have one thing in common. Africa is the motherland, and we have to, you know, we need to try to learn our roots if we can. That's why I said, bring up children that can have a family connection. We must recapture our heritage and our ideals if we are to liberate ourselves from the bonds of white supremacy. We must launch a cultural revolution to unbrainwash an entire people. Malcolm X, 1925 to 1965. And he is the main one that was a product of brainwashing. The people that killed him was definitely brainwashed. Why would you kill another black man trying to help his people? Brainwashed. You was willing to go to jail, even get killed. For what? To take this man away from his family and to stop helping black people get self-liberation. So I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you for listening. And tomorrow we're gonna talk about self-realization. You know who that is? That is Mary Malou Bethune, educator, women's rights advocate. She founded the Daytona Normal Industrial Institute of Negro Girls, now Bethune-Cookman College, and the National Council of Negro Women. Do we have any of that going on? We do, but it's so far in between. It should be one on every damn city corner. They don't have it anymore. Just like back in my day, back in the 70s, they used to have a boxing, um, what you call it, where they can go learn how to box almost on every side of town. What are we doing? All right. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.